This training will teach you about load testing, on-load release and other key components of the Lifeboat and its operation. Training will demonstrate and explain some of the test prerequisites, Lifeboat operation and everything else you should know about. We will be focusing on the davit load test and hook on-load release test, those two being the most vital parts of the whole system. Okay, so the scope of dynamic load test.
The weight of the lifeboat, including inventory, will be 4,700 kg.
Okay.
And the number of persons is 80 persons. So the keel is laid after 2010, so it will be, the weight of the person will be 82.5.
Okay.
So the total weight of the lifeboat is 11,300 kg. But we are doing it as 1.1 as per the regulations.
Okay,
so
regulation is 110%.
Yeah, so that 10%.
Which regulations are you following?
SOLAS regulations.
SOLAS regulations, and ABS is here to make sure that you follow them.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So the total weight will be 12,430 kg.
12.4 tons.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do it.
Thank you.
Shipyard crane gets hooked to the calculated weight, which is then lifted from the jetty and brought closer to the davit. Assisted by the shipyard's personnel and ship's crew, experts are making sure the process goes according to the procedure. Instead of fixed weight, the water bags can also be used, depending on circumstances. Once the test weight is close enough, shipyard riggers can connect it, thus transferring the weight from the crane to the lifeboat's davit. All the experts involved in the test will go through the procedure once again and make their final checks. They will not allow the test to commence until they are satisfied. One particular interesting item to check is the load cell. There are two of them in this case. First, the inspector compares the known weight to that indicated on the remotes. Then he takes the remotes and checks the serial numbers, which he then again compares to those on the calibration certificate. Every detail is analyzed before the test can commence. Once all that is done, the interesting part can finally begin. Davit goes out into the position. The brake is released, allowing the weight to drop and applying maximum load onto the davit and the whole assembly. The process is repeated until the inspector is assured and gives his approval.
Excellent. More. Excellent.
Khalas! Alright. Done. Thank you. After the davit test was complete, we carried on to the Lifeboat. The essential feature of the Lifeboat is its ability to get the crew away from danger, so this training will explain operation of the hooks and release mechanism. This is our friend Cyril, you saw him before on previous video.
Inside we have already loaded the weight and the total 12,430 kgs.
Okay.
So that is a total weight.
This was the same as we tested the davit, right?
For the davits, yeah.
Okay. Lifeboat is prepared and lifted under the supervision of class inspector. Experts are going into the lifeboat so the crane would swing them to the test position. Notice the sandbags that are used to reach the required weight. First, I'll explain the normal release procedure, which is quite simple because most of the job is done automatically. Hydrostatic release unit will activate under water pressure and unlock the handle. All you have to do is to pull out the pin and pull the handle. Hooks will release and allow the boat to move away. The first one will activate it by itself when the boat touches the water, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, excellent. And the other one we will remove manually, correct?
Yes.
When we are ready to release.
Yes.
Okay. Emergency release procedure is utilized when hydrostatic release unit fails and prevents us from pulling the release handle. You have to pull the pin and break the glass, which will allow you to lift the hydrostatic release lock and pull the handle. To simplify, you need to release the lock manually because the hydrostatic release unit did not. So in normal condition it will activate by itself.
Yes.
In emergency we will lift it by hand. So the system would think we touch the water and release, correct?
Yes. To break this glass, and we have to lift the pin. Release up.
You are going to release now. Holy fuck.
Yeah, release.
Okay, that clearly worked. Okay, show me how to reset the hook.
You have to make sure the hook is placed properly.
Okay.
Then we can insert the pin.
So if it's placed properly, we can
Then
insert
only
the pin.
Yeah, then only
If
we
it's
can
not, pin will not go inside.
No.
Okay.
So now it's placed.
After the hook is set properly,
We have to close it and
you put the lever properly, right?
yes. Then
Okay.
we can insert the pin.
Okay. Now you insert the pin.
So after the locking, so we have to insert the pin because people are inside.
Yes, correct. Okay. Hooks are closed, reset. Onload
Unload
release
release, done.
has been tested successfully. Lovely. Once the onload release test is complete, there's one more interesting test that I presume you would like to see. Now we're gonna test the sprinkler.
Yes. We have to pull this, then we have to press.
Pull and press, and
Yeah,
that
so-
one will make the engine rev
Yeah,
and the
so, you
sprinkler
know-
system work, but it will not engage the gear.
Yes.
Excellent. First the valve is open,
Now
okay.
we're going to start the engine. After the testing, we have to press the stop solenoid, so engine will shut down.
This is Jenny. He took care of us. He was controlling the crane and all of this operation. All was done thanks to Jenny. Thank you, sir. This training and other videos on this channel are produced to educate the crew and all involved personnel. Feel free to use them in your training sessions.